Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another daily update. My name is Akash, and we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple of altcoins and trades that I'm taking right now. Right, it's been quite a while since I last uploaded my video, roughly 11 days. Right, so let's get into what's happening. Right, last week I spoke about Bitcoin and that I was expecting Bitcoin price to sweep 19,511, which was basically the range that it created after this initial drop that you saw between 25th August and 29th August, right? But the price kind of, just went like it dug a little lower than I expected. Collected liquidity resting below these swing lows formed on 29th July and 12th July. Right now that liquidity was collected, it was basically a go time. Right, I longed Bitcoin at the bottom around here and kind of forgot to take off my take profit levels. I wasn't without my orders, right? The one that I longed here were without any take profit levels, but then I was sick and I had to, I couldn't look at the chart, so I basically kept my take profits at 19,511 and forgot to take them off, right? And the price hit my TP over here and I was stopped out, right? And after that, the price basically ran through the two targets that I provided in my Discord group, which is 20,692 and 21,874, right? I'm pretty sure I even uploaded it. I think I even tweeted it, right? So both these targets are met. And what's happening right now is that the price is trying to form some sort of a high. Since it's Monday, it's better to just wait it out and see what happens, right? Until the Monday's daily candlestick closes, it's better to just stay out of the market, especially with Bitcoin, right? So what I'm expecting is like trying to guess what's going to happen, right? The first thing is the price. We've already formed the Monday's. Like right now, the Monday's high seems to be at 20,371. But if this is where the price kind of forms the top, then I'm expecting something like this, blah blah blah, and then I'm expecting it to go down to 17,570. Basically, this level is what I'm expecting, right? But I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of uh, choppy movement in between here, whereas the price does this. Finally, we come down here, and this is where we start to drop, right? I'm expecting something like this. Right? This is scenario number two, what I'm expecting. Let's just change the color to green. This is what I'm expecting. Let it be black. Right, so this is what I'm expecting, guys. Basically, the target for this short position that I'm looking at is 17,570, mainly because of the liquidity resting below this swing low formed on 19th July. And the reason I'm not expecting Bitcoin price to kind of go much higher is because of the macro outlook, right? If you look at what's happening for Bitcoin on a 1 3 day time frame, you can see that the price is at a very significant resistance level, which in here extends from 22.6K to 22.4K. And now that that level's reached, there's the only reason for Bitcoin price to go up is to kind of defy this macro bearish outlook, which in my opinion is going to form bottom around anywhere from 12K to 13.5K, right? The only reason why Bitcoin price could or should go up is if you look at this particular downtrend, right? The midpoint of this move basically is at 32.9K, roughly 33K. And honestly, I don't think we're gonna go all the way up there unless we kind of flip the midpoint of this particular crash that we saw here at roughly 25K. So if we ever do manage to kind of break out, like since it's we're already producing a higher high here, which is a break in the market structure. So if we get some sort of a lower high around 20.5K, 20.4K, then I believe the next move would push Bitcoin up to 25K. Now, there's a very good chance Bitcoin price could form a double top here, but in the case that we do kind of flip this level into support floor and consolidate here, there's a very reasonable, not very reasonable, there's a reasonable chance that the price could go all the way up to 30K, right? And as you can see here, there's a lot of gap here extending from roughly 29.7K to 24.1K. So if this move up to 30K is contingent on the fact that Bitcoin price manages to flip 25K into support floor, right? Flip that and we're heading straight to 30K. All right, in which case this could potentially be the macro bottom, and if you look at it, it's a clear double bottom. And yeah, it would make sense, right? But personally, I still feel like the first leg that I marked out, that I showed in the previous, actually, that I I've recorded videos for FX Street. So if you just check that out, you can see that in the previous week, I marked out these two arrows, which is the first one is the move up to 22.4K something, and then we go down to the macro bottom, right? And that's what I'm expecting, guys. The first scenario, basically macro bearish outlook, which is in line with the macro bearish outlook. When this particular scenario forecasts that Bitcoin price could drop down to 13.5K and 12K, which is where the macro bottom could form. In this case, right, for this to happen, we need to see a clear breakdown of a 19K, 18K level on a weekly time frame. So once we get a weekly candlestick close below 18K, I think that's when we start exploring potential push down to 13.5K, right? But until that happens, there is a clear double bottom formation here, and you should potentially pay attention to this because if we manage to, since we've already produced a higher high here relative to this high formed on 23rd of August, there could be another move down to 20,535, and then as I've shown here, right, a move down to 20,535 followed by a thrust up to 25K. If we do flip 25K, then there's a good chance we go up to 29.5K again to collect, now to fill the inefficiency present here, which is FVG. And if we're lucky, we could probably, although I don't think it's gonna happen, we could potentially sweep the range high or like retest it and go to 32K, 32.5K. So yeah, these are the two outlooks that I'm looking at. Potentially, not potentially, like personally, I feel like I would want this particular scenario to play out. And historically speaking, Bitcoin has never kind of like bottomed in September. Like it usually happens in December or like early June. Basically, in the last quarter of 2022 or in the first quarter of 2023 is where I'm expecting Bitcoin price to form a bottom. So yeah, that is the macro take for Bitcoin. Let me just sum it up, right? Like to conclude, for now, retracement out of 20.5K seems likely, but if we ever break down 19K and 18K, there's a clear sweep of 17,570 incoming, which is the swing low formed on 18 July. Right, breakdown of this range low here at 17 point roughly 5K, then expect Bitcoin price to go all the way down to 13.5K and 12K. Right, this is the bearish outlook. For the bullish outlook, we need a flip of like there's going to be a retracement down to 20.5K. If 20.5K holds and a lot of buyers start to come in here, you'll see the signs, right? When that happens, expect a drive up to 25K, where Bitcoin price could potentially form another double top and retrace down to again 13.5K, for which the trigger would be a breakdown of 18K. But if Bitcoin price doesn't form a double top here and flips 25K into support floor, then expect an upthrust to 29.5K. Now, this might seem like to a person that's new to TA and stuff, it might seem like I'm basically exploring all the possible scenarios. Like, what's like, how is it useful, right? I think for me personally, if I'm aware of all the scenarios that are gonna take place when one particular scenario, I will say I'm in a scenario where I'm expecting Bitcoin price to go down to 17.6K, right? In which case, if the price doesn't move in favor of this particular scenario, then I can be prepared for the next scenario, right? So this is why I'm explaining all the possible scenarios that I can think of for Bitcoin. Right, so basically this is my plan for Bitcoin, and let's take a look at Ethereum. So even though I'm taking a look at Ethereum TA, I am going to go with the bearish outlook because I'm expecting Bitcoin price to bottom at 13.5K to 12K, right? So with that in mind, let's take a look at Ethereum, right? For now, Ethereum price is hovering around 1730, and as you can see, even Bitcoin price is kind of holding up pretty good relative to a lot of altcoins, right? And Ethereum basically is following Bitcoin, so it is holding up pretty good as well, right? This push up basically was a 25% run up for Ethereum, and Bitcoin rallied only 20%. And right now, what's happening is the price has flipped the 1730 support level, resistance level into support floor, although it's not confirmed. And if this holds, right, then I'm expecting Ethereum price to retest 1820, which is where the FVG is present. And beyond that, I'm expecting, like, since the merge is going to take place in roughly another 3 days, right? I'm expecting this run up to at least push up to $2,000 psychological level again. And like personally, I think if we go up here, farm a double top relative to this one and this one over here, it would make a nice uh scenario. Like it could be the precursor where we can expect Ethereum price to crash all the way down to 1400, 1500, where which is where is the neckline of this particular move basically. And once we get a breakdown of this level here, it's a straight drop to 1280 and then 1080. Right, so that's my take on Ethereum. It's pretty simple, right? I'm expecting Bitcoin price to drop. I'm expecting Ethereum price to drop as well, but the only difference is that I'm expecting Ethereum price to go up to 2K first before we drop down to 1280. And the reason for that being merge volatility. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for Ethereum. I would like to discuss a couple of altcoins, but unfortunately, I have to wrap it up here because it's already 3 o'clock and I have commitments. So I hope you enjoyed this analysis, guys. I'm gonna be posting this Bitcoin game plan that I uh, posted in my Discord group to my Twitter. I'm gonna post it on Twitter pretty quickly. So if you're interested in basically the summary of this video, you can go check this out on Twitter. So that's pretty much it, guys. Have a great week ahead of you. Be safe. There's a lot of volatility coming in this week, basically because of the inflation announcement from India, US, and Europe, basically, right? Although India is not going to affect or move crypto markets that much, you should be paying close attention to US and Europe. So that is pretty much it. Have a safe day and safe trading. Peace out.